Well, welcome everyone, and we are going to do one of my very favorite things, quick tips that you can do at home, easy decor ideas, or what I like to call try this at home and nobody does it better than John. So just right here in this vignette, there are 3 try this at home. Try this at homes? Yes. Tries this at homes. Whatever the plural of that is. So take it away, John. Show me some of your budget-friendly decor trips.
So the
tips. Tips.
So the one thing that I really like to do, and I think it's really important for everyone, is to pay attention to the scale of the room and spend time in it first before you buy anything. This is a very narrow room and the ceilings are really low. So I knew originally, whether I wanted to shell out or whether I wanted to find something on Facebook Marketplace, it didn't matter. I couldn't have it come out any further than 10 to 12 inches. Otherwise it'd be spilling into the middle of the room. So I searched for this by measurement, not by look.
Yeah.
And
this is where a measuring tape is your best friend.
I have one in the car, one in my bag.
Yeah.
One on
at all times.
Yeah, both floors. Yeah. So that's how, I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted to achieve, but I knew it had to have a very specific size and measurement. So this ended up being something that I found on Walmart.com.
And you would never know it. No. It looks like it has provenance. It looks like Ethan Allen or something. Yeah.
And what it actually was very farmhouse, rustic, off-white, scraped, shabby chic. Mm-hmm. And but I looked at it. I looked at the lines. I liked how this projected out, and I said, you know what? A can of spray paint can really change that. So I ordered it, and we painted it black and left the natural wood top. And then there you go. And it was able to, I have an inspiration photo that I'll send you for this vignette here. And then you will actually see.
Okay. Important to point out that it kind of matches your floor, which is, I also think makes it look steeper and richer. Mm-hmm. But also you said you spray painted.
I was going to order brass ones. And then I realized, you know what? I have this gold spray paint here. Let me just give them a quick
little
coat.
Spritz.
Yeah. And I just put them right back on.
Okay.
So I didn't even have to go shopping for
Walmart and spray paint.
Exactly.
And and it works out beautifully. Okay. Now for another quick trick or quick tip. That's what I was doing. I was merging those 2 words. Okay. Right here, this little trio.
So again, when we were in the antique store the other day, every time I go to an antique store, I feel as though you get those full 8 to 11 inch taper holders. And I know that because this house is almost 300 years old and room is small, ceilings are low, I couldn't do that. So I brought my measuring tape and kind of decided about how high I can go. And I just went on Etsy and I found a bag of between 3 to 7.5 inch candle holders. And I think it was about 15 of them for under $20. And I ordered them and I kept the rest and I use them all the time. And it's just a really easy way.
No, and they're wonderful. Did you already have this piece and then you wanted to?
I got it at my grocery store. Yeah.
You got it at your grocery store?
I fell in love with it. I saw it we drove by it yesterday. I got it at Guido's in Great Barrington.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have this wonderful high-end looking. I also like the fact that you've got really great candles in here and a muted color, that looks great with the brass that complements the other things that you've got going on here. And how much did you tell me that bag of candlesticks was?
It was definitely under $20, and I think there were over 10 of them. I can't remember, but they were all mismatched from Etsy. It was just old brass
And if
candles.
we can find a link, we will. Yeah. But this is really, really wonderful. Mm-hmm. Something else, here's another kind of try this at home at Christmas time. I like to use things, especially when they are the shorter height, that you then take a pine cone on it or whatever, and with some florist adhesive, you put it on there, you make it look like a Christmas tree. Yes. There's all sorts of different things. I also like to take floral clay and or floral oasis. I'm having trouble moving my mouth. Floral oasis, stick it down in there, and then you can put a mini little fresh flower arrangement.
Yeah.
And I think that's fun.
Or some greens, some arborvitae, a few little things, some boxwood leaf. Yeah,
and berries at Christmas time. Yes. Okay, now talk about this. Here's another try this at home, right here.
Yep. So again, these are a new edition. We just got these a few weeks ago. We were at a antique store just up the road where we were yesterday in Sheffield, Massachusetts, and actually Craig found this one. I found that one. And we both walked up to each other at the same time with these two books, and then I put them together, and they looked so great. And so we got them. But the one rule we do have in this house is we take our time. Trust me, we do take a very long time, and we only will bring in books or items that mean something to us, or that it's a topic that we enjoy.
That's a topic. So there's two tips there, right? Two takeaway tips. Number one, instead of shopping by look or style or whatever, shop by size. Strictly look for measurements, because it might open up a whole, new dimension of looking at something just by looking at dimensions.
Yes.
Okay, then secondly is shop by color. So if he has this painting and this vignette right here, and he wants it to look consonant with the color scheme that he's got going, then you're just not looking at random books. You're not just looking at whatever. You are looking for a very specific color palette. Need not be expensive. And it's a twofer, it's a double win if they are on topics that really resonate with you. Well, today's video is sponsored by one of my favorite hair care products, Kitsch, and also a really great holiday gift idea. Tell me if you like it as much as I do. So you may know that I'm a new grandmother. My daughter-in-law, Taylor, she just gave me Danny James, and I want to do something really special for her. Now, one thing I know about being a mom is after you have the baby, you start developing all sorts of kind of hair problems. Your hair starts falling out, and it looks a little bit dull. And so I wanted to put together a very special stocking for her, kind of a self-care stocking, if you will, filled with different Kitsch items. You all know that the reason I love Kitsch is, well, first of all, it comes in a bar shampoo and conditioner form. There's other products as well, but it is just so handy. There's no waste, there's no plastic, there's no bottles. It comes with this great little soap dish right here. This is going to be one of the things that I put in her stocking, and she's going to love it because it's going to help strengthen her hair. It's going to help a little bit with hair loss. It's going to make her hair shiny, especially in the wintertime. When we're drying our hair, it gets so dried out, kind of frizzy. I have noticed that it's made mine less frizzy, I think a little bit shinier, and I think it's all attributed to really good ingredients like the rice water protein that's in it. And it just is the best and kindest thing you can do for your hair, and even maybe for the environment. She'll love that dimension about it, as will my granddaughter Danny, I think. So I'm going to just fill it with all sorts of Kitsch products, but primarily the shampoo and the conditioner. And by the way, this foams so great. All you do is get your hair wet. You just kind of rub it across the surface of your hair. It rinses easily, it rinses great, and when I get finished, it really makes my hair easy to comb out. Well, there's nothing about it I don't love, and I never share products with you that I don't use myself and really love and really gift to other people. So if you too want to gift a little bit of self-care to a new mother, or really anyone, a new grandmother, that's a great idea, then just use the coupon code that's right here on the screen. It will apply automatically at checkout. It's 25% off your order. So you guys might want to steal this idea. Get your own really cute stocking and fill it up with Kitsch products that will make her holiday special. Okay, it's criminal for us to have this much fun while we are technically working. So anyhow, you should have just thought that, listen to that exchange that we just had.
Alien language.
I know, our own alien language. Okay, so here is another try this at home. These are beautiful, and these probably have meaning to you. You probably bought them someplace special. Yes. But this is something that one could recreate fairly easily. These are on wooden pedestals, and they are somehow secured. Some kind of seaside magic that, I don't know if, did you buy these like this, or did you
I did.
put these together?
These are from a really great store in Millbrook, New York.
Okay, but you could compose something like this yourself. You could easily take something and create something architectural, meaningful, that is, I don't know, it reminds you of a special trip you had or something. And you could just take all sorts of, goodness, those could be drawer pulls, those could be different things. Hooks, these are wood, but take it away, John.
Yeah, well, we've been talking about everything that we see in New York and out here. We've been like, I should do that at home. I should do that at home. So we're going to actually we were actually talking, and I brought these out. These are actually the ones that
came in the set.
That came in the set from my Etsy order. So we were saying, what do you guys recommend? Like, try this at home. What would you do? What would you put on these? And again, look at these together here. Get some inspiration and see.
Yeah, try this.
Yeah, would you try that? Would you try greenery? What would it be?
You know, I just had another idea. You know what would be fun?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you had candles. Then put matches in here and put a adhesive strike pad on the bottom.
Perfect.
And then that would, I think, just be so many different ideas.
So much.
So many different ideas.
You and I actually I have a seashell on the bookshelf. We actually set it on top. You can even hot glue a shell right onto here, and it makes it look like a piece from a museum store or something
because
like that.
Anything that you elevate lends something importance, no matter how humble it is. If you elevate it and give it stature.
Stone.
Oh, yeah.
A geode stone, just secure it, and it looks so much more special.
Yeah, or just any beautiful stone. It wouldn't have to be a geode. It could be anything. Kind of little memento.
Your leftover pet rock.
A pet rock. But I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah.
And just elevate it on a $2 brass candlestick, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Okay, organize our lives, John. Come on in.
All right. So I think you and I were talking about how you can be your own designer, be your own interior designer.
Be your own designer. I love that.
Create
concept.
your own library.
Yeah.
Mine is very messy. I always said I was going to get several different containers and separate the wallpapers from the fabrics, which if you're a much more organized person, feel free to do that.
In all your free time. All your free time.
However, the reason I decided to do this is because our house over the past 9 years, it's, our ideas have changed. But I always say, if you liked it once, you're probably going to like it again.
Right.
So keep it. Don't get rid of it. And you can build your library very, very economically. I mean, if you think about it, so many of these places will send you a free sample. You might have to pay shipping, you might not. And the most I've ever had to pay for a wallpaper or a carpet sample is like $3 to $7.
And a lot of times you can go to their retail location or whatever, and you can say, oh, I want to. And then here's something else that you like to do. Sometimes I'll take the sample and I'll use them for another purpose, like as a coaster, a trivet or something like that. Or if you want to protect your table to put a plant on it or something,
absolutely.
You can use them for other purposes. But boy, these are just yummy.
Yeah. So again, we keep our carpets. We have all these great upholstery samples here, and wallpaper samples, everything. And it creates inspiration.
And for free.
Yeah, for free. And then you can always just go back to it. And building your own library is really special too. We're actually planning to just do some shelves in our basement just so that I can actually keep building on it. And again, it's actually helped friends. Like I'll have friends come over who are wondering what to do with something. I'll say, I'll be right back, and I'll go downstairs and just pull these things.
And you just get such inspiration just by looking at different things, swatches that you've gotten at Jofa. Like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, in the great room, this would be wonderful on an ottoman or something like that. Really, really great ideas.
And do you know what?
Fabrics.
Do you know what it ends up doing? It ends up telling a story. Like every time I open this and I see these together, you see these tartan, these plaids, and these really great safari style, you realize what your taste is. You create your own mood board with it. So I really
mood board in a tub.
Yeah, exactly.
And then this kind of lent itself to another idea. This is a question of the day. John said, Linda, you've got your garden journal. You really should make a companion for that that's called a home journal, where you put all of the similar things, types of information that you need
colors, everything that you've used, because I always forget. So
sources. Where did I get that brass curtain rod? Who takes care of cleaning out my chimney and my fireplace? All of that in one location. Paint colors, paint swatches,
and things
material
that need maintenance.
Finish, things that need maintenance, a calendar of maintenance for all of those kinds of things in a companion home journal that you would have. This kind of about the record keeping of homekeeping, I think is what it's all about. So, we might even do some kind of just where we have a handy measuring tape that we keep in there that you can pull out and use at whim. So there's another try it at home. Well, something else people ask me is, Linda, how did you swing that with Bunny Williams? And I said, because my friend John is Bunny Williams' neighbor. And then they'll say, well, how did he get to be her neighbor? So share with us how you found this house in this special place.
So, I think I'd mentioned a little earlier how I moved to New York 25 years ago. It's about 2 hours south of where we are in Connecticut right now. And one thing you learn quickly when you move to New York is how to get out of it, especially, after long, hard weeks.
Yeah.
So about 20 years ago, I'd say 19 years ago, my partner and I started taking, just finding an old guidebook and driving through New England, through Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, Maine. And for some reason, we gravitated to this area. And I think it was the fact that it was close enough. I think I think that kind of 2-hour radius is more than enough for a weekend. Otherwise, you're driving the entire time. So we ended up coming out here and staying at any motel, any inn, depending on the budget for that weekend. But just trying to get out as much as possible, hiking, kayaking, just enjoying the outdoors. And so about 9 years ago, we found a few homes that were at a price point that we could afford, and we started driving around, and those all fell through, and which was very disappointing. And then one day we took a wrong turn into Falls Village, which we rarely came to. We were in the area, but we never came here. And we saw the for sale sign, and we had no idea what it would be. It wasn't listed online. We had no idea what the price was, and thought we could never afford it. And then we made the phone call to the realtor again, reached out, and just we didn't know. And it was something we could do, and it's been definitely a labor of love for sure.
Yeah. And we're going to try to really document a lot of the things. Is still a work in progress, and we'll talk about that at some other point. It's definitely still been a work in progress, but it is the coziest. I just keep using that word cozy ad nauseum. I'm sorry, but it just is, and it's so comfortable. And I think that, the ultimate compliment I can give people is when I say, if I didn't have my house, I would want to have your house.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to have your house more than my house. I'm not sure. But that's the ultimate compliment I can pay someone. I think it's because we do have similar tastes. And it's also because I think you're my alter ego. The cottage is very much the way it is, and this is the warm version, I think, of the cottage. This is the Ralph Lauren version of my alter ego, I guess. The other thing is we have the same kind of sensibilities for upscale, low scale, high end, low end.
If you like it, you like it.
If you like it, you like it. And we can be very cheap. And
I think it's so cool when you feel like you got a good deal, you got something.
And so I think that was another thing we bonded over, because I'm thinking, okay, there's this really high end guy that works with David Yurman and Yves Saint Laurent and these kind of places, and I'm just going to be a little country. But no, when I realized that that you were as resourceful. Yeah. You are as resourceful and as a value that you really valued that. I think that's another reason that we became friends. And we're going to try to do some, for lack of a better word, try these at home, some ideas that John wants to share with you about some things that we can all do to make our spaces a little more gracious, a little more cozy, and just a little, it improves our quality of life. So you've got that to look forward to also. Okay, this is one of my favorite vignettes in John's house. And actually, it inspired my thank you gift from my last visit here. I got him this Fife and Arms book that looks so much like some of his vignettes right here. And I absolutely adore this bench. I love the tartan fabric that he's got on it. But then what really puts it over the top, I think, and you can do this at home too, is find any kind of scarf that you've got. It could be an apparel scarf. It could be a throw. It could be almost anything, and it's in colors that complement one another, but they add dimension, texture, and a kind of a pattern contrast, but that very much coordinates in a tone-on-tone way with the books that he's got here. And I'm going to do this at home. I've got a couple of benches, and I just love the sophistication that this lends to this vignette right here. He's got an inexpensive battery-operated brass lamp right here that complements the fabulous piece of artwork, metal artwork ship that he's got above it. And then even things like the gold lettering on here really plays into the illumination and the reflective quality of the other elements that he's got here in this really powerful, effective vignette. Now I'm going to meet John in the kitchen, and we're going to talk about our last but brilliant try this at home. Well, here is another quick tip, or try this at home, but John, you call it what?
I call it fine-tuning what you already have.
Okay, take it away, because you know what? I'm going to let you have at it, show them this stand, show them this idea right here, because I've got to go pack.
All right, we'll see you. So fine-tuning what you have at home. I always end up shopping my own home. I every time I think I don't have something or that I want to go buy something, I end up realizing I have it. So we were just talking about this. I love to use this tray, but I never pull it out because the glasses always tend to do that. So I'm using one of Linda's sources, Dulles glass, I believe, and we're going to have a piece of glass cut for this tray so that I can use it more often. I can actually do a bar tray, a coffee tray. It's easy to clean, and everything will sit in place. So try this at home, fine tune what you have. If it's not glass, if you have children, you can do plastic, plexi, whatever you need, but you can make...
will just go on the base, right?
Yeah, exactly. It'll just come right down in here, and it's easy to clean any spills, and it has everything set up nicely. So, and then I know Linda wanted me to point this out. Again, taking things that you already have. Found this trivet in my barn, and I already have all my planters down in the potting shed, and just cut my hydrangeas out from the front hydrangea garden.
Looks familiar.
Yep.